Alright. Settings. Okay, so our music volume's all good. Alright, new game. You. You've done it. Against all odds, you've managed to pull off the heist. You're shaking. Outstretched hands grab the cafe's secret recipe. As its power pulses through your body, your heart aches, your breath flutters, mere echoes of what was taken from you, what will soon be yours again. But at this crucial moment, you can't help but think of the other people in this cafe, the ones you're about to drag into a complicated, criminal mess. You can only blame the scroll's influence for such inconvenient sympathies. If they were in your position, they'd do the same, wouldn't they? They know that after everything you'd been through, this is the only option left. People say that Artifice County is the most magical place there is. Yes, Artifice. Where 100 years ago, the world of spirits cracked the earth and spilled over into ours. But now, those spirits work 9 to 5s. Arcane power fuels cars and charges phones. This county, once a cradle of magic, has become as mundane as other. An unmagical human like yourself, among shapeshifting sirens, carbon fiber constructs, and wizards, you're exceptional. Exceptionally dull, and exceptionally underestimated. No matter how much you try to fit in, to love this place and all its wonders, it never reciprocated. All it did was take. All that left you was emptiness. Thank you, Pup, for the water. I'm gonna need a lot of water for this game, by the way. Ugh, I'll keep that uncapped because we're gonna be drinking a lot. So why not take something back? Steal everything the county denied from you. Fill that gnawing emptiness. Then leave it behind forever. Luckily, you know what you need, and exactly where to find it. Familiar, downtown cafe, noteworthy only for its secret recipe, locked tight in a back room. Conveniently enough, they're hiring, so desperately that they aren't asking for experience or for background checks. All that's left is to put together an application. Not that anything you say on it really matters. It really does. Oh shit. 123 Placeholder Avenue, Artifice County, F69 420. I am a fun-loving thrill seeker who loves coffee, who loves money, long walks, destroying my enemies myself. Yeah, we'll do coffee. Soft skills. Passable confidant. Excusable psychopath, miraculous expounder, possible psychic, probable minion. And surprisingly okay snack fetcher. We don't care about the experience. But we can change our skin tone. That's nice. Okay, can I get to red? I guess that's about as close as red as we can get. And we can do she, her, they, them, other. We can do she, her. Oh, people see you, try to be honest. Oh, my name is, her? She's always sitting by herself. It's hard to read, but that small person is unique. She sure is a mystery. I'm assuming if I click this, it changes my hairstyle. Hoping. I'm not seeing any of the button to click this. If I click this. Oh shit. Custom pronouns. Hell yeah. Subjective, objective, possessive, reflexive. Okay, this part needs to be fixed. This is the game's not out yet, but this part does need to fix. Needs to be like, they need to fix the layers. Let me show you right here. Everything's all crumpled up. But having custom pronouns, holy shit, that's crazy. Okay, so yeah, I clicked done here to change everything. I need to, there we go. So far, only 4 hairstyles, but this one works. Adjust the skin tone. And done, question mark? Okay. Okay, well, this is a problem because... Yo, what's up, Crow Dyer? Hello, Raiders. My name is Grandma Cat. Welcome to the cafe. We are playing... Oh, I didn't put my name. That's why. We are playing Spill the Beans, which is a murder mystery set in a cafe. Hope you guys had a lovely time. Thank you for the raid. Appreciate you so much. Let's see what Frost had to say about you, Crow. Crow Diary stream is like a cozy Canadian cafe, serving up a rich blend of RPG adventures and spooky puzzles. Their Civ 6 session was a hearty home-cooked meal, while Sea of Stars offered a seafood platter of delight. Spirit City was a perfect lo-fi dessert. After a day of cleaning house, and their OJ with a pulp stream, a zesty surprise that left us craving more. Simply exquisite for the adventurous palate. No, my beans, listen! People are gonna die! Don't we want murder? Oh, I don't want to skip. Gray Cafe. And done. Hope you guys are ready to hear me talk a lot, because this, again, it's a visual novel, so you're gonna hear me talk and give voices. So excuse me while I make funny noises while I try to make voices. Do we want murder? We want a side of murder. A few days later, you're face to face with the familiar. While its neighbors are all dust and drywall, its facade seems unbroken, even if the varnish is peeling at the edges. For a moment, nothing. You spot a silhouette in the window who flicks its neon sign to open before waving you over. You cross the street, repeating the details of your plan. You need to get in, get out, and for the smoothest possible getaway, try to find someone else to take the blame. But can you really do all those things without running into any complications? You've already reached your front door. You can hardly turn back now. The cafe laid bare before you is almost indistinguishable from the scant images you found online. Mismatched chairs and royalty-free wall art, well kept but worn down. You don't get long to take it all in. A construct, towering over 2 meters tall, stops wiping down the counter and turns to greet you. Ah, must be Gray. Great to finally meet you. Sorry, terribly rude of me to not meet you at the door. As she strides over, we're gonna have to change her voice. We're gonna change her tone now. As she strides over, you realize how old her vessel must be to have no custom limbs or decals. Just worn gray stone, flowering moss, and that tiny blue bird nested on her shoulder. You know what? I'm gonna give Sloane a different voice. How about like a granny voice? Like an old, like soft, yeah, an old granny voice. I'm Sloane from the emails. Lovely to have you on board. Did you get here all right? I saw your address was uptown, and I knew we were a wee bit out of the way. Before you get a chance to reply, she's already yanked you to a crushing two-handed shake. For a moment, you worry that she might have pulled your arm from its socket. Actually, I shouldn't get chatting just yet. Today's schedule is pretty packed. What with your induction and I barely found time to fix breakfast for Adam. Oh, hang on. This is Adam. Adam, say hello to Gray. She's your new coworker, so be polite. Adam's usually my only company out front, so it'll be nice to have you too. I mean, I love this job, I really do. But after 6 years of working the floor by myself, staring at 5 every day... Not that you have to come in that early, of course. We've only meant to start at 8, but it pays off, it does. As Sloane trails off, you have a chance to put your plan in motion. You spent a long time figuring out other people's so-called feelings. Just how easy they are to manipulate. If someone's in a good mood, they'll probably think better of you and suspect you less. Then again, if you make someone upset, it might make for an easier scapegoat under pressure. What's best for Sloane? Better make that first impression count. Gray? Oh, I've worried you with that 5 a.m. thing, haven't I? Just want to stress that you don't have to do that, honest. Especially hours must be worth it. This place is spotless. Aw, that's sweet of you. I'll try to bring the best out of the old familiar. Get to know other people I actually notice. The lights flicker overhead before Sloane can finish her sentence. Oh, sorry, I thought that was fixed. She called it Electromancer once I get the free moment. Anyway, pack schedule. I've got pastries in the oven, then a delivery after. Come on, let's get you in uniform. If we're quick, I can show you how our recipe works before any customers arrive. Sloane strides through the doorway, behind the counter, beckoning you into the kitchen beyond. It takes 3 steps to match just one of hers. The kitchen, built from cool metal and right angles, is warm with the smell of apricots. You breathe it in while Sloane roots through a nearby cabinet before suddenly sighing. I'll say this now, sorry about the fit. She hands you an apron like her own. Exactly like her own, actually, that it's far too big for you. Bound to slow you down and make you look utterly ridiculous. Everyone should be here tomorrow. I hope this is alright in the meantime. Can I skip the uniform if it's just for today? You're not stealing anything in something so unwieldy. Oh, sure. You take a name tag at least, just so everyone knows you're actually supposed to work here. As you pin your name tag onto your unopened self, Sloane smiles. A stretched, strained smile that pulls over her whole face taut. Look, I'm not sure that everything you've heard about this place has been grand, Let's put in a little elbow grease. She really shines. And I've got a lot of elbow grease. I just wanted to say that I wouldn't be here if I didn't think you had the same drive. Your application told me that much. Although, what was the phrase you used? Probable minion? I know these roles can be challenging, but I hope you didn't think we treat you like that. But at the end of the day, those are just words. Your experience is what really settled it. I mean, it must have been quite a privilege to work for... Lauren was cut short by a buzz from her phone. Ah, pastries! Why don't you pop into the office while I grab those? Fred, your manager, I should say, ought to be ready. Big great door on your right. Best of luck! Take 5, no 6, steps towards the office. A hiss of heat escaping from the oven behind you. Beyond lies Fred, the owner. The one from the newspaper. The one whose recipe you're here for. You ease the door open, but no one greets you. Your eyes are immediately drawn to the colossal metal safe that occupies a quarter of the room. A few steps away. You knew your recipe was protected, but not like this. The safe looks like it was taken from the set of a heist movie. It should be locking up with gold bars instead of... what? Recipe for coffee? But as you run a hand across its surface, wondering just how you're going to crack it open, there's a rustle nearby. You snap upright with a bolt of unbidden adrenaline. Like a dragon emerging from its hoard, a tiny gold-eyed tuxedo cat rouses from a pet bed on top of the safe. He blinks stickily and suddenly glares at you. Fur on end, eyes aglow. Don't touch my shit! He spits the words at you like darts, light crackling through his panicked eyes. The air in the room starts getting heavier, as if brewing into a thundercloud. Who sent you? If you think you're gonna best me in my own domain, then wait. You're the new hire, aren't you? Quick as a power cut, the light in his eyes blinks out, and the pressure lifts with it. Cat sighs, leaping smoothly from the safe to the desk. Sorry, that was unprofessional of me. I'm Fred. Welcome to the Familiar. Good to have you on board. Well, given the terrifying magic and the talking, not a cat, he's a demon bound to the form of a beast. Familiar, in other words. That's the last time I'm pulling an all-nighter on admin. You're lucky to still be young, human, because after the first century, things get... Slode wanted you onboarded, right? We have one main rule. Do everything you can to show the economist types this place isn't a bad idea. More than fire safety drills, we need drive and spite. That's what I expect from you. Are we clear? Crystal clear, boss. That's what I like to hear. So long as you're all on the same page, you and I will get on just fine. We aren't a happy little family here. We're just hard workers. And going to work if you're prepared to work as hard as me and Sloan. Ah, hi Elron, how you doing? Hope you're having a good day. As if on cue, Sloan enters the office, a kettle of boiling water in one hand and a packet of coffee in the other. She starts mixing the two in a mug on Fred's desk. Morning, Fred. Everything alright in here? Thought I heard a bit of shouting. Oh, no, it's all fine. Just been given Fred quickly squints at your name tag. Giving Gray the lowdown on the Familiar. Our history, what we do, all the good stuff. Sloan gazes at Fred, tracing the tiredness in his eyes. Her smile dims a little. Oh, that's nice. I can join you now if you'd like. We can go over the final details together. If you've got time, by all means. With firm movement, Sloan puts the kettle down and closes the door behind her. Fred's eyes lock onto your name tag again as he reads it under his breath. So, Gray. Get down to business. Today for sure, after preschool meeting for the hatchling in a bit. Ooh, hope that meeting goes well. We're open 8 to 5 most days, but your shift goes 30 minutes longer at the end for closing. Anything after that is overtime. I can give you the forms. Aprons go on the hooks in the kitchen. If anything gets spilled on it, don't be afraid to excuse yourself and replace it as soon as you can. Oh, and if you're going to excuse yourself... And on it goes. Sloan and Fred don't speak to you as two different people, but as two halves of one business. Efficient, organized, trusting one another as best they can. That should be most of it. I'll be with you at the counter for your training. Don't hesitate to ask me if any questions... Cut off again by her phone. Oh, excuse me, Dave. Hey, Sloan. Just loading the van out back. So there's your heads up. Thanks, Dave. I'll be right there. I should be off. Need to get my signature for the deliveries. Thanks again, Fred. Oh, Gray. Before you join her, I'm sure you've heard about our recipe. Be dying to learn what makes the Familiar's coffee so irresistible. Not so much a set of instructions as it is... I won't get too arcane with you. It's more of a background thing, like the internet. You use that, right? Point being, even if you don't see it, It'll still be working its magic back there. The drill-proof, bomb-proof 6-gauge safe, which only me and Sloan can open. Also, I cursed it. Oh, Sloan offered me to show the recipe earlier. Oh, did she? That's, nice of her. Nicer than necessary. Maybe she meant it as metaphorically. Hope she did. Looks back at his veritable vault behind them, as if checking that it's still there. Never be too careful with these things, especially in this economy. I mean, wasn't it just last week that Raphael Hendricks wrote off his beauty store chain? It's inspirational how these CEOs act. Branding isn't easy. I mean, ideally, we'd have an accountant, a consultant, another chef. We've got you. You're one hell of a good start. Especially with our regulars. Ugh. You'll meet them soon enough. Did you guys up with Sloan? Anything you need? I'll be back here. Going over these papers. As you leave the office, Fred paws a single sheet of paper from the files on his desk. Even upside down, you recognize it as your cover letter. Not a moment after you enter the kitchen, someone waves at you from the back door. The doorway next to Sloan is a uniformed courier, a human, just as unremarkable as you. They carry a stack of cardboard boxes wobbles threateningly behind them. Hey, you're Gray, aren't you? I already know I fucked up Dave's voice, but I don't know what. We'll give him Trucker voice. Hey, you're Gray, aren't you? Bo was just telling me about you, all good things, I promise. Mostly good. Dave gives Sloan a package. You see a conspirational eyebrow waggle. A conspirator. He pauses to take a long breath inward through his nose. Oh, is that apricot? Did you two go for a new recipe? Fred must take it some convincing. Oh, I'm just trying it out. We'll see how they sell first. Hey, if I come by once I'm off work, one customer right there, guaranteed. Will breaks away to put each package in its right place. Dave looks at you, eyes glistening. Hey, Gray. Have a good first day, yeah? Thanks, I will. He might not be here for it, but if all goes well, today's going to be good. That's the spirit. Any more for me, Dave? Just a couple things, but I'll grab those this time. Don't let me interrupt your induction. Are you sure? I could carry... I'll catch you later at that pastry, yeah? Dave walks away whistling, his footsteps gradually going quiet in the alley. Gray, I'm so sorry about Fred. I must have overslept today. On me. Notice her hands are balled into fist, one so tight that even stones start to buckle. I just wanted your first day to be easy, but... well... meet you behind the counter, shall we? It won't be time to take you through all the machines, so let's just fill the drip maker. Keep the house roast down here. Jefferson pulls open a burlap sack of beans, scooping them into the grinder. They pulverize them, the aroma of the coffee fills your lungs like a cloud of bitter smoke. Taste's been all over the shop, hasn't it? We should get a wee moment to breathe now. Only one customer comes in this early, and they don't do Mondays. I'll introduce you tomorrow. Sloan smiles, the stone wrinkling around her eyes, and it dawns on you. This is beginning to feel like a real job. Just as you finish that thought, the front door swings wide open, and your first customer skips inside. But at least 4 shades of pink in their outfit. Pink fingernails, pink sun hat, lipstick, backpack. Just must be bespoke, too. Pricey. They draw close, though. You spot pointed fangs in their cheery smile and deep red eyes behind their tinted glasses. A vampire. Good morning, Sloan. Oh, I spoke too soon, morning. Before your order, this is Gray, our new barista. Ah, so you're finally upscaling. You know, I saw some prime real estate going for cheap on Moonbow, if expansion's on your mind. Slow down. We're not taking over the industry just yet. The vampire looks as if they have more to say, words bubbling just beneath the surface. Settles on a pout. Gray, I'm Jesse, with an IE. Jesse's eyes swivel to you with abundant curiosity. You're not in uniform. Is this your trial period? Should I be giving feedback on your drinks? All criticism will be constructive, I promise. Oh, no, it's nothing like that. Just a supply chain issue. What'll it be this time, Jesse? Hot chocolate, please. And I'll have it with, whipped cream, nutmeg, caramel, marshmallows. Wait, will that fit? Marshmallows, then whipped cream, then caramel, and the rest. Oh, but what if I got cookies, too? Give me one with everything. And 2 chocolate chip cookies, please. Sloan's already off to one side, rifling through her arsenal of ingredients. Meanwhile, Jessie brandishes a pink, bat-styled mug from their satchel, placing it on the counter as her eyes flick back to you. Even if Sloan and Fred aren't aiming for world domination yet, you're still in the front line of their expansion plans. They're investing a lot of trust in you. So tell me, do you feel like a good investment? How far are you willing to go to succeed? I'll do anything. The vampire peers deep into your eyes, then nods as if confirming a suspicion they had. Good! So Jesse, what brings you here on this lovely Monday morning? Are you trying out a new schedule? Oh, no, much more exciting than that. I'm gonna meeting with the board after this, so get me to prepare. It'll go much smoother than something sweet. I love her. She's really nice. I love all these characters. I feel bad that I'm supposed to be a bad guy here. Ah, for your infamous internship? How's your family treating you then? Not as well as usual. Trust me, I'd much rather be here to help the familiar. But then Fred's just like everyone else. He sees my last name as Hendricks and thinks I'm some sorceress corporate spy out to suck the proverbial blood from his business. Of course, Hendricks is rich, powerful, and most troublingly for you, magically talented. Jesse looks at you, anticipating your judgment with a flat smile. Oh, you know, Fred did say he was looking for a consultant. Really? Oh, but I don't have the time. What if it's just a few minutes? Okay, I'll show him a few proposals if I catch them. Thank you. Try not to let your family get you down, Jesse. You'll get your chance to prove yourself someday. Well, if all goes according to plan, that chance should come today. Fingers crossed. Sloan passes Jesse's now full mug across the counter. By some miracle of physics, hasn't spilled over yet. If this was a bit ambitious. I'll use a cookie, scoop it with the cream, and let the marshmallows melt. I can finish it in 30 minutes? Thank you, Sloan and Gray. Jesse swipes their card in their mug, making a beeline for a Boosie before the payment even goes through. They assemble their workstation in mere seconds. A sheaf of papers, a stack of textbooks, and predictably, pink laptop. The mug stands vigilantly at a safe distance. Jesse wasn't surprised, but at least they're a nice one. Was grateful they didn't come in at the same time as... Before she could finish, the front door swings open, and a siren rolls into the room. Wearing a sleeveless orange turtleneck, a magnolia-covered jacket is relaxing on her shoulders, and a perfectly photogenic smile that doesn't quite reach her eyes. Oh god, I gotta think of her voice. Hello, the familiar. It's the perfect day for my long overdue review, don't you think? You'll have to forgive me. I came straight here for my morning swim. I must look a mess. She runs one hand through a river of glossy, pale hair, parted by an immaculate side cut, and raises a smartphone with the other, flourishing like a paper fan. Don't worry, Gray. I'll handle this. As she shrinks back, arranging their books into a makeshift wall. Seems to work. Siren glides over towards the counter, not noticing them at all. Now, Sloan, I know you very well, of course, but for the benefit of both me and my adoring fans, who is this? Oh, I didn't know you'd be coming. This is... The siren's already staring at your name tag, trying to preempt Sloan's introduction. So that's how you spell Gray, enchanté. I'm Alexandria Argios. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. You don't happen to have a grimoire account, do you, Gray? I'd love to give you proper credit in my post. How about a drink first, before anything goes onto that internet page of yours? Quite right, Sloan. I'm getting ahead of myself. Could I have... Clears her throat and straightens her back. A blue sea salt caramel frappe with soy milk and non-dairy whipped cream on top. Plus a little of that raspberry chocolate powder you would be lovely. Thank you so much. I should have everything. Let me check the back first. Great, could you grab a plastic cup for that? Lids are in the bottom left cupboard. Wait, do you have any of those little fish cookie... she's gone. In the silence, Alexandra's smile slides up her face. She sighs, sharply through her nose. Are you alright? I think this whole song and dance could be quite overwhelming if you aren't prepared. Then you don't know who I am anyway, do you? I've never heard of you, sorry. Oh, that one makes sense. Thanks for getting it out of the way. I hope I made a good first impression. For whatever that's worth. Sloan returns, hands full of yet more ingredients. You hand her a cup and she starts filling it with dubiously blue syrup. Should I expect your fans to start ordering these frappes in the hundreds? I'm not sure they're on theme anymore. I wouldn't worry about that. The drink's just to showcase how skilled you are at your craft. It's aesthetic. That's what the audience really wants. Alexandra plucks the card reader from the counter with a sly smile, passes her phone across it, and hands it back with a wink. The 30% tip attached. You know better than me about that social media stuff. Sloan, Gray, trust me. You've got a wonderful, cozy place here. What's not to love? Those donuts? Those menus? Alexa turns around to gesture at the cafe, and her eyes finally land on Jessie. Her voice freezes in her throat. Jess? Oh no, Jessie. Hey, Alex, I didn't know you were coming today. It was on my page. Perhaps I should have dropped you a message. Sorry. Do you... Sloan puts the finished frappe to one side, pushing past you to tend to transform Jessie. Alexandra squeaks a little closer to you. I'm sorry, Gray, truly. You're almost the last thing I want to bring to this establishment. Or to Jessie. She looks the frappe from the counter. I'm not sure how anything that color could taste any better than tolerable. I know when I'm not wanted. I'll snap a few photos and be on my merry way. Well, it's not ideal, but I can fix it in post. Feel free to dim the lights. Switch is right there. Oh, that is helpful. Thank you, darling. I'll take a look once I get the post drafted. With a final smile, Alexandra takes her drink to the cafe's centermost table, posing it like an art exhibit. Jessie, still a bat, keeps staring at her. She doesn't look back. With an exhausted puff of smoke, Jessie returns to their original form and slumps to their seat, eyes wandering through the crescent moon bracelet on their wrist. Sloan returns after confirming they're okay. Sorry, I didn't think... Yeah, both of it once could be a wee bit complicated. They used to... Cut off by the sound of a motorbike revving down outside, heralding the arrival of your third customer. This person is a first, even for you. Someone whose body lacks everything but a skeleton. I don't know any kind of magic that can make that work. Skinless, fleshless, sigilless. Though he does have hair, which you're pretty sure isn't a type of bone. Stiff, dark brown pompadour that props up a pair of sunglasses. Grudge? Grudge, hey! How's it going? I feel like I've barely seen you since ArtCon. He reaches the counter undeterred. You're waiting for Sloan to address him like the others, but she's just staring, locked in place. So you're the new barista. Good job on making it this far. Makes you one of the best, don't it? Ain't just a coffee you brew, it's your resolve. Can we take your order? Yeah, resolve. Let me tell ya, I know your type. I know you're up to something. I can feel it I can feel it. Sloan, I would like to order, thank you kindly. Let's put your new barista to the test. I'll have a coffee. A black coffee. From the pot? From the pot. Doesn't have to be... Yeah. I think we might... Sloan's eyes bounce between his skull and the coffee pot on the counter. Great. Why don't you handle this one? It'll be good for your training. Seems like she isn't going to budge. Grab a cup and start pouring. Wait, what's her name? Gray? Hey, I think I got it. Gray. So that's to be the name of my nemesis. I'm Grudge. Grudge Knuckles. And you best remember it. Even if Frederick gave you this job instead of me, there's bound to be cracks in your meticulous facade. The coffee making halts at this revelation. He had a whole rant prepared just because you got this job with an application like that? You caught me. It's all a ruse. I knew it. But I can't just take my nemesis' word for it. Gonna need a hard proof to know for certain. Presents now a full cup to Grudge. He daintily drops in a sugar cube, then stirs the coffee with a bone-like spoon, which he apparently just had loose in one of his pockets. Nice try, Gray. I know coffee when I see it, so there's no way this... Puts it to his jawbone and takes a delicate sip. The liquid seems to vanish as soon as it enters his mouth. It's... Damn it, it's just like usual. How'd you get it right so quick? So bitter, yet so energizing. Well, I'll be, Gray. Coffee's as bitter as your soul. Just how it should be. I'm still watching you. He takes the cup and spins, dramatically, away from the counter. It's then that he finally spots Jessie. Jessie! Rudge! They immediately hug. It's so good to see ya. Why didn't you pipe up earlier? I was waiting for you to finish. It sounded like you had a lot to get off your chest. Oh yeah, you heard that? Sorry, it was just a personal, doesn't matter. How's your job going? I could tell you, but I've not got long. For sure you don't want something in your coffee? Sloane's made some great cookies today, and I'd be happy to buy... Oh, no, no. Shouldn't give my nemesis a satisfaction. After walking away all conclusively like I just did. Grudge, you haven't even paid yet, and I admire your candor, but you sure Gray's your nemesis and not Fred? Ugh, Fred's a real villain, that's true, but a nemesis? That's different. Gotta be personal. We don't know who Gray is yet. Maybe start with a rivalry as practice. A rival, eh? Having a lovely time at... No, I used lovely last time. They'll think that's insincere. Oh, what if I... Almost forgot. Alex, how you doing? All good over there? Oh, Grudgy. I didn't see you come in. How have you been? Well, it's funny you're here. Actually, there's something I wanted to... I'll, catch up with you later. You both seem busy and I should pay. Grudge sheepishly returns to the counter, hands fishing through his jacket pockets for some loose coins. Well, I'm back. Got too caught in the whole confrontation to give you your money, even most of it going straight into Fred's pockets. But I'll say this, I'm practically a coffee detective. I've detected something odd about you. So long as I come here, I'm gonna do my damnedest to figure it out. You think I'm suspicious? Wait till you see what Fred's up to. Oh, is that a challenge, Gray? To my detective skills? I'll find out what he's doing, one way or another. Without another word, he perched on a stool by one of the cafe's front windows. Over his shoulder, Alexandra and Jesse swapped looks of confused concern. Good job, Gray. Now would be a good moment to put his purchases into the register. Halfway through showing you how to work the cash register, you turn to see Fred jump up onto the counter next to you. How's it going out there? No need to panic. This isn't a performance review, just checking things are... He surveys the regulars in the cafe with no small amount of scorn. Sloane, why don't you come with me for a moment? I'm meaning to have a chat. But we still need to... Looks forlornly at the pile of coins Grudge left. Even at a glance, you could tell it covers the price of the drink and then some. Might be your last chance to sow suspicious before you execute your plan. Better choose wisely. What the fuck is happening? Sorry, I just looked down at my phone and I saw I have like 30 notifications. What the hell? Okay, we're good. I see the problem now. We're good. We're good. We're good. The till's out of paper notes. Could you grab some more? Oh, sure. We'll want to make sure we're giving Grudge the right change. I'll be back in a minute. As silence returns to the room, so too does your opportunity. You can't help but overhear Fred and Sloane's hushed conversation in the kitchen. Just saying, if our best regulars keep bringing their drama here, no one else is gonna want to stay. With a sigh, Sloane pulls a large wad of notes from a nearby lockbox. The full weight of this morning's event seems to sit on her shoulders. They're good, reliable customers. Sure, things have been tricky, but we got Gray now. It's a little hard work. We can turn this around. Besides, aren't there enough names on your board of bands already? Don't add any more while you're going through a rough patch. That has a corkboard near the walk-in fridge. Must be at least 24 names on there, each marked with a reason for ban and an addictive felt tip. As she does, you notice Grudge sidling up to the counter, trying, subtly, to hear inside the kitchen. No, I know, you're right. It's just, don't exactly have a recipe for success here, do we? I did want to talk about a recipe, actually. You know, since we got a new hire and... We just deal with one thing at a time. First priority is cutting down costs. Now, I noticed the price of algae extract for that blue drink got hiked up. I figured. Fred's eyes finally landed on the still stooping Grudge. The two freeze before Grudge slowly backs away. Busted, gotta go. Aren't content making trouble for them? Aren't content making trouble for me from afar, huh? Go away. Who was that? 3 guesses. Oh, Grudge. Do you want his change? Sorry, I forgot the right amount. If that punk wants trouble, I'll give it to him. Wait here, Sloane. But he still needs his change. A sudden knock at the back door stops her from following after Fred. Oh, Dave's back. Let's deal with that first. One thing at a time. As Fred prowls out of the kitchen, Grudge turns to you with what you think is a curious expression. You might have not noticed, but I just saw what Fred was up to in perfect stealth. Let's just say I keep my sockets peeled. Fred stalks Grudge like prey as he leaves the kitchen, stepping onto a nearby table and muttering to himself. Our regulars. It'll be a long climb from here to anything stable. Fred's presence draws in a little attention. You start rifling through your bag, make sure you can take any opportunity to launch the heist. Fred's ruminations are cut short by Jesse, who approaches him with a thick stack of papers. Hello, Frederick! Rumor is that you're expanding to Familiar. Very exciting. I'd love to get on board, and I've had thoughts on how to optimize drink prices. Oh, Jezebel, that's kind of you. But we're taking expansion slow and steady. You know the pitfalls we could fall into pretty well, don't you? I just think there's a lot I can offer to Familiar. Sloan can vouch for my contract writing work. Familiar deserves all the help it can get. At this point, Grudge takes notice of this conversation, silently shaking his head. Look, Jezebel, if you've already got contracts for me to sign, you got the wrong idea about working with me. Thought you would have learned that after last time. Ah, I see. Maybe later then. Jesse gives Fred a nod and walks away, conceding his point. Grudge immediately moves to reassure them, skeletal hand to shoulder. What's he doing out there? It looks like he's just contemplating. What? Whether he should kick me out for good this time? Yo, what's up, Poseidon? Hello, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. My name is Grandma Cat, welcome to Cafe. We are playing Spill the Beans. Thank you for trusting me with your community, Poseidon. Hope you had a lovely time. What were you playing? Master Duel? Ooh, how was Master Duel, my friend? This is a visual novel murder mystery, so I hope you guys are going to be entertained with me doing some voices every now and then. But glad to have you here. Let's see what Frosty Tools had to say about your stream. Poseidon and TCG streams are like a little cozy gaming cafe, where Felony List is a special on the menu. In your latest Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, viewers are treated to high-stakes card battle that pair perfectly with a side of roguelite adventure. The bittersweet flavor of honor in A Deal Must Be Honored was followed by the spicy kick of defeat in 6v1, and I still lose again. But fear not, the Yakuza Like a Dragon Brawler series brought a full-bodied zest to the table. Simply exquisite. And again, thank you again for trusting me with your community. Glad to have you here. And again, we are playing Spill the Beans, and I hope you guys have a lovely time here. If you gotta head out and do your thing, go ahead and do your thing. Lurk, do what you gotta do. Of course, as always, grab a snack, take a seat, and get comfy. Glad to have y'all here today. I don't know. Right. Who's messing with the lights? Here to spot Alexandria fiddling with the dimmer switch that you pointed out earlier. Oh, sorry. I was trying to make the photos look nicer. Didn't realize I'd be so sensitive. I'll put it back now. Just turn the knob back, but the lights don't stop flickering. Alexandra, I've got bigger things to worry about than photographs right now. Could you leave me in peace for just a moment, and don't call me Freddy ever again? Bigger things than catering to your customers. This is why we're your only regulars. We're the only ones patient enough. Grudge, maybe don't... Not another fight. Would it be fitting to send my denizen your way since I was playing Cat Deck? Ooh, Cat Deck? What Cat Deck are you playing? What cats are... Oh, you're playing Purely's? I really want to play Purely's again, but I feel like that I always break with Purely, and I don't know what to do to fix it. It's then that Sloan wandered to the main room, a huge wad of banknotes clutched tight in her hand. Finally, Grudge, I've got it. Just give me a tick. Sloan stands still outside of Grudge at Fred's stare down. She gazes into his hollow sockets. As she registers the flickering lights and the sheepish Alexandra near the switch, her face falls. Oh no, the electronics aren't good, Alexandra. Let me deal with that. Alexandra watches Sloan open the light switch to attempt some hasty repairs, but her face curdles when she sees a stack of bills still in her hand. For fuck's sake, could everyone just give me 5 seconds of peace? 5 seconds. That's all I'm asking for. Very reasonable. No. We got a new hire today, and this is the impression we're giving her. We'll be doing her a disservice. These are the Nouvelle stuff. Love food themed cards. Nouvelle is a very fun deck. It's just you have to hope that your opponent does not read. That is literally how I've been playing Nouvelles. Because I have a Nouvelle deck as well. I'm just like, please don't read my cards. If you don't read, I win. The moment you read, I lose. Now, excuse me, I've got a new hire to attend to, without any more interruptions. Really, Lunalight? Yeah, deck has been neutered. Yeah. Ooh, Lunalight was pretty fun, but Lunalight always... I had a Lunalight deck, and I played it for a little bit, But then, like, whenever I opted to go second, they would set up so many negates on board that I would have no way to break it, and it would just be super annoying. So it's like, okay, do I just go super poly? Do I go evenly matched? Do I just try to bait out everything? And so I think I dismantled my Lunalight deck. Because it's just like, man, I don't have time. But yeah, Purely got really neutered. Like, there was no need for Purely to be neutered that hard. Because, like, no one was having problems with it. Now, Snake Eye, on the other hand, I feel like Snake Eye needs to kind of have some hits, but it is what it is. Espresso to turn around. You scramble for your bag, knowing you have a mere milliseconds to execute your plan. How fortunate, then, that you sowed a little more chaos in advance. Because it's this precise moment when Grudge chooses to fire his parting shot. I knew you were hiding something, Fred. What the fuck are you talking about? After a second or two, Sloan finds the energy, or the courage to start approaching Grudge. I have, there should be, here. Huh? It's combo with Lunalight, but please have a good stream since I need to take care of some things. Hey, no problem at all. Glad again that you came here too, and you trust me with your community. Go ahead and do whatever you gotta do, Poseidon. Glad to have you here. Thank you so much. Missy looks down at their stack of papers, gloom gathering on their brow. So, you're not even gonna look at my proposals? Want to talk, Jezebel? We'll do it later. Just then, the lights turn off completely. Whether a result of Alexander's meddling or Sloane's attempt to undo it, you aren't going to waste time wandering. Done enough to distract everyone. You're not going to get a better chance than right now. Reach into your bag. In an instant, all delighted sound is sucked from the room. The sounds of panic are quickly quelled by the magic now pulsing from your cozy coat sleep-tight blackout blanket. Just the light fades. You notice Sloane's money fluttering to the ground. The extra few hundred wouldn't hurt. You didn't come here for money. Even in the silent darkness, you won't have long before everyone gets a sense of their surroundings. You've been over this plan too many times to fail now. Step 1. Take 3 steps to the kitchen, then 5, no, 6 to the right. You paw for the door handle and slip it to the office, thankful that there wasn't an apron to stop you. Step 2. 1, 2, 3 steps. Feel the cool surface of the safe against your fingers. Step 3. Reach into your bag and give your can of Curse Be Gone a shake. A few sprays in the safe, and the wards are already flaking off. There's something else. Sound cutting through the silence. Like lightning crackling like lightning. Like lightning crackling like lightning. Ugh. Fred's casting a counterspell. Don't have long. Step 4. Spin the wheel and heave the door open. Feel around inside until you've done it. Against all odds, you managed to pull off the heist. You did a decent job of it too. Your shaking, outstretched hands grab the cafe secret recipe, or stuffing it into the tiny pocket dimension of your teleportable lunchbox. But at this crucial moment, you can help but think of the other people in the cafe, and who, if anyone, try to pin this on. You exhale. Sounds too clear, but its counterspell has taken hold. If you put all your weight in the safe door, you wouldn't have time to close it properly. Best you can do is return as quickly and quietly as you can. Take careful steps back to the counter. Try your best to control your breathing. Not let the exhilaration show. It's been so long. But as you take careful steps back to the counter, the darkness finally dissipates. You know you're not safe yet. You gotta find an exit in the ensuing chaos, without arousing suspicion. Somehow. The silent darkness lifts from the cafe. The first thing you see is Fred bounding through the kitchen, crashing into the cat flap to the office. Ray, is everything okay in here? No one's hurt. Okay, I know how this looks. It's the last time I handled the lights, but I don't think blackouts usually come with spontaneous hearing loss. It is possible with light and sound enhancements. These glitches can happen, but it's rare they're as dramatic as that. Just see, we don't have any enchantments like that. This wasn't planned. Huh. Fred's plot must have been trickier than I thought. Where'd he go anyhow? Before anyone can move, Fred rushes back into her room. Nobody leaves! His eyes crackle gold and chains of light fly across the cafe. The front door, the windows, the back door. No exits were spared. We do this the easy way or the hard way. Understand? And if you aren't going to turn yourself in, I'll just root you out myself. What? I'm sorry, but what just happened is your business. I'm not missing my meeting. I'm sure you have a plan, Frederick, but is it really necessary to trap us inside your lovely cafe? I wanted to stay. You don't have to do that. What you accusing of us exactly? Sitting perfectly still while your lights went weird? Fred, what's going on? When the lights were out, someone went into my office and somehow opened this safe, which means one of the people in this room has stolen our secret recipe. It's as if the whole room flinches. Suddenly, everyone's looking at everyone else, wide-eyed, searching their faces for the slightest trace of an answer. As Fred reaches the end of his sentence, notice his gaze linger on Sloane before returning to the crowd. Most importantly, however, no one seems to regard you for very long. But that means, no, it's fine. We can deal with it. It's alright. As unfortunate as it is, I do have a meeting to attend, and I'd rather not get caught up in this. Good luck getting past my magic. I'd only be a familiar, but I promise if you try to leave, you'll regret it. Jesse's eyes flicker across Fred's barrier, trying for any weaknesses in spellcraft. Frederick, please. I understand that you're stressed, but it'll be easier to figure this out if we aren't in a locked room, won't it? Yeah, why would it only be one of us who stole your recipe? What if it's all of us looking to take you down? We don't have to act like vigilantes. Let's call the police and... Enough! Enough! This place is sealed, and nobody leaves till we find our thief. Thief singular. Grudge, because if it was any more, you might have actually succeeded. As for the ACPD, Sloane, fine. I'll call them. I'm betting they'll take their sweet taxpayer-funded time getting here, then label this as unsolvable. Not risking anyone making a break for it in the meantime. We want to sit here like adults and get our facts straight, understand? Now, did anyone notice anything strange? Anything suspicious at all? Might get this over with faster if you fess up now. The room exchanges uncomfortable glances before someone pipes up. You know what? Let's address this now. Would you mind telling us why you were spying on us in the kitchen, Grudge? He was? Grudge frowns at you before replying. Well, clearly my suspicions were well-founded, weren't they? Not like I heard overheard nothing important anyhow. Well, why did you have so much cash with you? Looks a little strange in hindsight. Oh, I wanted to give Grudge's change. Just didn't have time to pick up the right notes. Oh, they're still on the ground too. But Grudge always pays in coins. He never needed 20. It's just because, okay, Alexandra, so long as we're mentioning things that seem a little strange in hindsight, he says this while picking up the remaining notes from the ground. I was the one who stopped Alexandra from messing around with the lights. Maybe she short-circuited the electrics by accident. And what was the prelude to this? Just a fun little hint? You can't be serious. Gray suggested it, so I thought it'd be fine. Yes, I didn't think you wanted to get in with Fred after all the shout matches we had. Wanted the access to the heart of this business, metaphorically speaking. You really could have phrased that better, Grudgy? Got nothing to do with this. I got the impression that he needed more staff. Hey, if you wanted to steal from Fred, I'd support you. Well, great start, everybody. At this rate, we'll have our recipe back within the next 1,000 years. Ugh, no use trusting anyone here, is there? You know how these stories go? All got some kind of motive. Jesse, the heir to a powerful family with something to prove. There's always one. I'm not an heir to anything. I'm the youngest of 5. Alexandra, femme fatale. Well, she hasn't killed anyone. Probably. If it weren't from you, I take that as a compliment. Grudge, the obvious suspect. Too obvious, even. But I'm not ruling out anything out yet. So what? That makes you the hero detective? You don't even have a plucky sidekick or a hat. Sloane, the one you'd least expect. Oh, that's good, I think. But Fred, you really can't really be saying that. Which brings us to our final suspect, Ray. Breath can help but flutter as everyone else's eyes suddenly turn on you. The red herring. I mean, obviously it wasn't you. The human. Magic. Worked hard to get this job. You're in the clear. A cursory glance around the room tells you that not everyone believes him. So that's why he's going to find out who really did this. And everyone's going to be very polite and answer all her questions. What? Wait, my nemesis is a detective? All the more reason to keep an eye on her. Gotta make sure that justice is carried out. Fred, why would you choose Gray over me? It's been 6 years. You still not trust me? That seems awfully convenient for both Gray and Frederick. So can we just stay calm and not keep shouting all the time? I can't keep spending my time with people who'd waste it on my behalf. You're trying to stop me when I leave. I'm with you there, Jess, but I wouldn't mind knowing who really did it. Fred, I know you're panicking right now, but we shouldn't do anything rash. These are our customers. This is Gray's first day. Why would we... Rising voice broken by a ringtone. Stopped with a flinch, putting the call on speaker. Hey, Dave. Hey, Sloane. My very last package is out back, but there's these old chains on the door. I think it's stuck. You okay in there? Yes, I'm fine. We're just dealing with a burglary. I'll give you the details in a second. At the door. Oh, one of those days, huh? Is Gray alright, at least? Good question. Fred's just asked her to interrogate us. Look, I know it's unorthodox, but we all need that recipe. It's our best option for the cafe. Well, the cafe? I always knew you hated your customers, but this just confirms it. No grudge, just you. Can we please not fight already? We're not going to solve this, whatever this is, by shouting. Yeah, it's getting a bit loud over the speaker. Gray, what do you actually want to do? Let me save my game. Because I feel like the game's about to, like, crash. I don't know. It's a pretty bad first day. You don't think anyone else here besides Sloan appreciated the reminder? Exactly. No one wants things to turn out this way. We all agree on that, but we can still make it better. Hey, but I told you to have a good first day. Jinx it? Not bad. Look, are we doing this or not, Gray? No matter how strange Fred's idea might be, he put you in a better position until you could make your getaway. And lean on the scapegoat part of your plan. As he starts bounding to the kitchen, you shrug and go along with him. Sloan finishes her call with Dave before you following with heavy footsteps. Silence takes up space you leave behind. You want to talk about any of that? Just relax for a minute, Sloan. I'm gonna check for clues in my office. Gray, join me in a minute. Clues? I didn't hire a detective, but here we are. Anything I could do to help, please just ask. Oh, me too. Not sure there's much I can offer besides moral support, but, you know, thought I'd say, can't leave till the delivery's done is all. Thanks, Dave. I think we need some support while this got sorted. A little bit awkward if I'm just looking in, won't it? I'll leave you be then. Anything you need, just shout into the alley. Best not keep Fred waiting. Maybe we'll be able to reason with him. Calm him down a bit. I think he could use that right now. You oblige her and enter her office, finding Fred in the middle of a phone call. Yeah, a theft. Locked down the whole building. Makes your job a whole lot easier, doesn't it? Like how cops just asshole. Huh? A locked room scenario is a little intriguing, I suppose. Person on the phone. You know that voice. Thin and sharp as wire, digging into you just as deep. Oh, thin and sharp? Oh, God. But where? Thin. Thin and wire. Guess that'd be like a shrill? But if it isn't urgent... That's not what I said, In. Not exactly getting picked off one by one. I'll be happy to be there at the earliest convenience. My department is very busy otherwise. You'll solve it by yourself, really. You shouldn't expect miracles. We're just mortal, you know? Oh, excuse me. Mostly mortal. A self-satisfied laugh crackles through the receiver. It bounces off the back of your skull, ringing like tinnitus. If you show your face in my business, I'll see you later, familiar. Bah! Why did I expect anything else? You're dialing all those tiny keys, too. Ah, Gray. You're already. Probably heard the ACPD is taking its sweet time. Surprise. We don't need them. We'll do the real work. Plan is, you find a prime suspect for the ponies get here and mess everything up. You do that, right? 1 and 4, logical deduction. Chris takes a not-so-subtle glance at your CV across the desk. Should be easy for a fun-loving thrill-seeker like yourself. Fun-loving, eh? You want fun, Gray, you've definitely come to the right place. Plus, you love coffee. Need some motivation to get the recipe back. Despair and anger. Right, let's put those soft skills of yours to use. Imagine I'm one of the suspects. Won't you ask me? You did it, didn't you? Just confess. Yeah, I tried that already. Didn't work. Good instincts. I need more than that, too. Stuff to breathe out as much tension as he can manage. What we need is evidence. Eyewitness accounts, motives, that sort of thing. Stuff like, what were you doing when the lights went out? Or how do you feel about the familiar? Or what's your relationship with Fred, you know? That's what he wants while you're trapped here, and that's exactly what he'll get. Not as a prime suspect with a convincing case, I mean, something thoroughly investigated, we put things back to normal. Things are gonna get complicated once he shows up too. But I appreciate having someone on my side when that happens. Now that this sounds, that idea, the best place I've got right now. Wanna do something? This place is going under. All our livelihoods are at stake here. Get out there, catch us a thief. Please. The plan went off without a hitch. Well, it didn't. The boss doesn't suspect you, at least. Not yet. The real detective from the ACPD is coming. No doubt they'll find out you're the thief. That is, unless you have a convincing scapegoat. The evidence of a motive, and the others on your side, might be able to clog off at the end of the day without handcuffs. Till that happens, Red's magic will keep you trapped here. So with that, your investigation begins. Not to find who did it, find the perfect person to blame. Be continued. That was great! I love that. That was so good. Not murder. Okay, maybe I was mistaken. There was no murder, but this is a still good who done it, but I did it. So like, I like this. I like the characters. I'm definitely gonna probably change the voices now that I know who's who. I really like that. And yeah, like the game. Okay, so let me pull up all the information about Spill the Beans. Spill the Beans is gonna be coming out in a for the Steam deal or not January, June 10th. So it's not gonna out. It's not gonna be out just yet. But I really, really did like this. They do have a Kickstarter page if you guys would like to check them out. Of course, they have the Twitter, the Instagram, a Tumblr, Blue Sky, and a TikTok. Be sure to check them out. Support them on Kickstarter if you really like the game. Again, the demo will be available for everyone to play come June 10th. And I really enjoyed this. It's a really nice game. And I was actually going to like end at 3:30 or something because my throat's getting a little dry and I'm a little lightheaded from all these voices and whatnot. But this is really fun. I hope you guys had a lovely time watching this. So let's go ahead and move on